Hey, this is Pete, North Las Vegas. If you're a repeat customer of the channel and maybe you watched the video I did on these handguards that I purchased from H&R about maybe 3 or 4 months ago now, and what I was sent was B5 Systems handguards. They did not fit. I had all kinds of problems with them. I tried to make them fit. I took a file to them and tried to make some other adjustments. They ended up in the trash. Mike, the CEO of H&R, saw the video and said that they were sent out by mistake. I'm not sure how B5s end up in an HR box, but I took him at his word. I have since gone back and looked at Palmetto State Armory, H&R brand, and they got rid of all their negative reviews on these handguards. So I thought, well, that's encouraging to me because, well, they probably fixed the problem and they wanted to get rid of the bad press. So I thought, well, so long as they fixed the problem, then I don't care if they deleted the negative reviews. So anyway, I now have another set. We're going to try these out. On the B5s that I sent, up here in the top corner, there was a B5 logo molded in, and these don't have that. So I don't know where H&R is getting these particular ones made, but maybe not B5. So anyway, we're going to see if these fit. Now on the B5s, the main issue was back here, and where your barrel nut teeth fit. They would not engage into the slot. There was something out of round, something out of spec. And then when the Delta ring came in here, it wouldn't mate up anywhere near the end of the handguard. So those were the two main issues. There was a couple other little minor issues, but like I said, after I got done with them with a file and trying to fix them myself, I'm thinking they're not going to take them back, and I'm not going to try to be dishonest about it. If I tried to return them, I would tell them, hey, I ground on them. So anyway, for those reasons, I just threw them in the trash. So like I said, we're going to try this again, see what happens. So the first thing I want to check is this Delta ring. And I want to make sure that this edge here goes up flush to the end of the handguard, or, you know, very close to it. So I'm going to put these together, and we'll try to get a camera shot and see where we're at. Okay, so you can see where, I don't have it all the way on, but you can see where the flange or the shelf or the ledge of the Delta ring is touching the handguard. So that's encouraging. That means that that has the potential to fit correctly. So now what I'm going to do is install this barrel nut, put the two halves together, and then see if this still makes engagement. Because if that inside groove is not correct, it may not allow the two halves to come together with the barrel nut installed and then still get the same amount of engagement. So let me get this barrel nut in here. Okay, so I'm just doing one half at a time. I want to make sure that it's, you know, where it's supposed to be in that groove, and make sure that it mates up with the little nubs on the other side here. And everything looks okay. Looks like a good fit. So I'm going to check the other half real quick, and then we'll put the two halves together and see how it fits. Okay, so everything's looking good so far. Everything snapped into place, the teeth lined up with the nubs on the handguards. We'll see how good our end cap fits. We'll put that on there and see what it feels like. Okay, so the end cap fits nice and snug. So far, so good. Now we'll try to get our Delta ring back on the back here and see if it fully engages still with the barrel nut in there. Okay, so if you look through the gas port hole there on my left, you can kind of see, let me zoom in, you can kind of see where the shelf of the Delta ring is not quite touching the back of the handguard, but I would say it's maybe halfway engaged. So it may take some very fine trimming on the outside here to get this Delta ring to go down a little bit more. But overall, I think these are way better than the B5s. At least we're 90% there. So I'm going to see if just by chance, I can pop these onto my old mid-90s Colt upper here and see if I can get them on my old Colt at all without making any adjustments back here. But like I said, it is engaged somewhat, just not as far as I would like. But let me see if I can get them on this rifle. And if I can get them on this rifle and they don't seem like they're going to pop off, then I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so I got the H&Rs on the Colt. Kind of ended up with the same issue. Don't quite have full engagement on this delta ring back here. And I'll show you what these are original Colts, and this is what they did at the factory. You can see where the factory came in here and trimmed this up. Let me blow that up a little bit. Now that's a factory adjustment right there. So you can see where they came in and ground that down just a little bit to get the delta ring to go fully on the back of it. So the new version 6-hole H&R is my second try here. They worked. Like I said, I got a little bit of fine tuning back here, and but they work. Where the B5s, there's no way in hell the B5s were going on this rifle, or we're going to fit my loose parts. Just no way that was going to happen. So anyway, I'm going to pop these off. We'll get these side by side just so you can kind of get a look cosmetically. This is Colt on the left. This is H&R. I'll flip them around to the front. Colt again. H&R. Colt. H&R. Slightly more of a matte finish on the Colt, but I think this handguard was 1994. Could be why it looks the way it does. Maybe this is how it started out looking, more like the H&R. I don't remember. So materials, I think they're very much the same as the old Colt, or very similar. I can see little evidence of where there's some slight wear marks or trim marks where it looks like there is some nylon fiberglass reinforcement inside the polymer. There's no flex to them, and they don't twist. So that's where we're at. This was kind of the holdup for me. I've had some plans about doing a Car 15 or an XM 177. And what I'm noticing here on retros, normally what the main obstacle, what holds you back the most is the furniture. Finding good, decent quality that actually fits or is affordable. That's what's been holding me back on these last couple of projects I've been wanting to do. So anyway, like I said earlier in the video, I think H&R got their problem straightened out. I think just some very minor fitment back here with maybe a little bit of sandpaper or a file or something, and I can get that delta ring to fully engage on the back. And so other than that little minor issue, I'm going to give these like a B+, A-. All right, well, Pete, North Las Vegas, over and out.